Very good morning to all of you. Dear students, today we learn a new poem. This poem is written by William Wordsworth. The name of the poem is The World is Too Much with Us. The World is Too Much with Us. That is written by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is one of the most famous poets of the Romantic age. He was born in England. He was a poet laureate and is considered to be the driving force behind the Romantic movement. He, along with the S.T. Coleridge, composed preface to lyrical ballads, which is the manifesto of the Romantic movement. Wordsworth says that there is spirit in the woods, and he says that poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility. He also advocated that in poetry, incident and situations must be from common life and should be described in a language of common men and women, not in an elevated or obscure terms. He was in favor of liberal ideals of sincerity and democracy. Wordsworth's poetry is notable for the prominence given to nature and imagination. He was not only a mere lover of nature, rather, he spiritualized nature and emphasized the moral influence exerted by nature on human beings. Much of Wordsworth's work was inspired by the Lake District. His poems are remarkable for their simplicity, humanity, and love of nature. Some of his best poems are Ode on Intimation of Immortality, The Prelude, Daffodils, and Tintern Abbey. So focus on the present poem. The present poem, The World is Too Much with Us, is one of the many excellent sonnets Wordsworth wrote in early 80s. The poem criticizes the material cynicism of the time that made man insensitive toward the beauty of the nature. The poet expresses his dislike for the contemporary civilization and praises the primitive religion of nature worship. The world is too much with us, late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our heart away, a sordid boon. In this line, the poet talks about that this poem is an attack on growing materialism of man. He says that running after worldly things, or we are busy in earning and spending money. We have we have given our heart to the materialistic things, getting and spending. We have only two work: getting money, earning money, and spending that money. We are wasting our powers. Man has so many powers. Man can live happily in the lap of nature, but due to materialistic things or due to materialism, man has the only work that is earning money and to spend money. Little we see in nature that is ours. We don't have time to see nature. We do not accept the things that nature provide to us. We are wasting our powers. We have cut ourselves off from the nature. We have given away our heart to the materialistic things of life. The poet gives the example of the beauties of the nature in the later part. This sea that bare her bosom to the moon, the wine that will be holding all the hours, and are up gathering now like sleeping flowers. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. In this line, poet says that at night the moon shines on the surface of the sea, the wind blows noisily all the day, but in the evening it becomes still like the sleeping flowers. But we have no time to see these beauties of the nature. These things have no effect on our souls. We are out of tune with the nature. The poet says that there are beautiful scenes. The sea open her bosom chest to the moon. The wind, the wind blows noisily all the day, but we do not have time. We have no time to see the beauties of the nature. These things have no effect on our souls. We are out of tune. In the next lines, the poet says that he want to be a pagan. It moves us not, great God. I would rather be a pagan, suckle in a creed outworn. So might I, standing in this pleasant league, have glimpse that would make me less forlorn, have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow. In these lines, the poet talks about that he would prefer to be a pagan. Pagan, those who worship nature. A pagan, he would worship the force of nature as gods and goddesses. He would see such scenes as would remove his loneliness. He would see God Proteus rising from the sea. He would hear the sea god Triton blowing his horn. These kind of feelings he will enjoy in the lap of the nature. He want to be a pagan, a worshipper of nature. Because of this worldliness, because of this materialistic life, that the nature has a lot of things that offers us, but we don't have time. We do not appreciate them. We don't have time to spend time in the lap of nature. Wordsworth says that we should love nature. Nature is our friend, philosopher, and guide. We should enjoy nature. But the time when this poem was written, it was a time of rising of the materialism. There were industrialization in the England, and people don't have time for the nature. That's why in this poem Wordsworth talk about that late or soon we lay waste our powers. It's a kind of sordid boon, a bad boon for man. These all materialistic things is like a sordid boon for man, bad boon for man. People do not have time for the nature. And he says that he want to be a pagan. He praised the primitive religion of nature worship. No, the poet complains that the modern age has lost its connection to nature and everything that is meaningful in nature. He also says that we have lost touch with the spiritual and the natural world. We should spend our time with nature. Nature has lot of things to offer us. lot of beauty that really calm us, that really provide us peace. The theme of the poem is the poet laments upon man because man becomes materialistic. The man of today is always busy in materialistic pursuits of life. He is cut off from nature. He is so busy in earning and spending money that he has no time for the beauties of the nature. The poet wishes that he would be a pagan, a worshipper of the forces of the nature as gods and goddesses. Then he would be in touch with the object of the natures. Thus, this poem is an attack on growing materialism of man. In the next lecture, we will learn about the question and answers and all that explanations of every line and the stanzas also, and we will discuss that how to answer the short and long questions. Okay, thank you.